Hello friends, welcome back to my channel World of GK. Today we will discuss about a great personality of India, Swami Vivekananda. Swami Vivekananda was a Hindu monk and one of the most celebrated spiritual leaders of India. He was more than just a spiritual mind, he was a passionate patriot. He carried on the free thinking philosophy of his guru Ramakrishna Paramahansa. He established Hinduism on the world stage. The young monk and the teachings have been an inspiration to many, and his words have become goals of self improvement, especially for the youth of the country. For this very reason, his birthday is celebrated as the National Youth Day in India. He born as Narendranath Datta into an affluent Bengali family in Calcutta. Vivekananda was one of the 8 children of Vishwanath Datta and Bhuvaneshwari Devi. Father Vishwanath was a successful attorney with considerable influence in society. His mother, Bhuvaneshwari, was a woman with a strong God fearing mind who had a great impact on her son. Narendranath was very intellectual in his childhood. He excelled in his studies as well, first at the Metropolitan Institution and later at the Presidency College in Calcutta. He was also active in sports, gymnastics, wrestling, and bodybuilding. He was an avid reader and read up on almost everything under the sun. He took the Hindu scriptures like Bhagavad Gita and the Upanishads on one hand, while on the other hand, he studied Western philosophy, history, spirituality by David Hume and Herbert Spencer. Although Narendranath had grown up in a religious atmosphere at home, he underwent a deep spiritual crisis at the start of his youth. His well studied knowledge led him to question the existence of God, and for some time he believed in agnosticism. Yet he could not completely ignore the existence of a supreme being. He became associated with Brahmo movement led by Keshav Chandra Sen for some time. The Brahmo Samaj recognized one God unlike the idol worshipping in Hinduism. The philosophical questions regarding the existence of God rolling through his mind remained unanswered. During this spiritual crisis, Vivekananda first heard about Sri Ramakrishna from William Hastie, the principal of the Scottish Church College. Earlier, to satisfy his intellectual question for God, Narendranath visited prominent spiritual leaders from all religions, asking them a single question: Have you seen God? Each time he came away without a satisfying answer. He put forward the same question to Sri Ramakrishna at his residence in the Kineshwar Kali temple compounds. Without a moment's hesitation, Sri Ramakrishna replied, Yes, I have. I see God as clearly as I see you, only in a much deeper sense. Vivekananda, initially unimpressed by the simplicity of Ramakrishna, was associated with Ramakrishna's reply. Ramakrishna gradually won over this argumentative young man with his patience and love. The more Narendranath visited Dakshineshwar, the more his questions were answered. In 1884, Narendranath underwent a considerable financial problem due to the death of his father, as he had to support his mother and younger siblings. He asked Ramakrishna to pray to the goddess for the financial welfare of his family. On Ramakrishna's suggestion, he himself went to the temple to pray. But when he faced the goddess, he could not ask for money and wealth. Instead, he asked for conscience and reclusion. That day marked the complete spiritual awakening of Narendranath, and he found himself drawn to an ascetic way of life. In 1885, Ramakrishna, who had been suffering from throat cancer, fell seriously ill. In September 1885, Ramakrishna moved to Sampakur in Calcutta. Narendranath formed a group of young people who were ardent followers of Ramakrishna, and together they nursed their guru with care. On 16 August 1886, Sri Ramakrishna gave up his mortal body. In 1886, Vivekananda went on a tour of India on foot as a paribrajak. He travelled the country and absorbed the social, cultural, and religious aspects of the people. He promised to dedicate his life to bring relief to the suffering of the people. During the time of his wanderings, he came to know about the World Parliament of Religions being held in Chicago, America in 1893. He was keen to attend the meeting to represent India, Hinduism, and his guru Sri Ramakrishna's philosophies. Money was collected by his disciples in Madras and Ajit Singh, Raja of Khetri. And Vivekananda left for Chicago on May 31, 1893 from Bombay. He faced many problems on his way to Chicago, but his spirits remained as indomitable as ever. On 11 September 1893, he took the stage and stunned everyone with his opening line, "My brothers and sisters of America." He received a standing ovation from the audience for the opening phrase. He described the principles of Vedanta and their spiritual significance, putting Hinduism on the map of the world religions. He spent the next 2.5 years in America and founded the Vedanta Society in New York in 1894. He also traveled to the United Kingdom to share the idea of Vedanta and Hindu spiritualism to the Western world. Vivekananda returned to India in 1897. He reached Calcutta after a series of lectures across the country and founded the Ramakrishna Mission on May 1, 1897 at Belur Math near Calcutta. The goals of the mission were based on the ideas of Karma Yoga, and its primary objective was to serve the poor of the country. Swami Vivekananda was a prominent nationalist and had the overall welfare of the countrymen topmost in the mind. He argued his fellow countrymen to arise, awake, and don't stop until success come. Swami Vivekananda had predicted that he will not live till the age of 40. On July 4, 1902, he went about his day's work at the Belur Math, teaching Sanskrit grammar to the students. He died during meditation at around 9. He is said to have attained Mahasamadhi, and the great saint was cremated on the banks of the river Ganga. Vivekananda revealed to the world the true foundations of India's unity as a nation. He taught how a nation with such a vast diversity can be bound together by a feeling of humanity and brotherhood. Netaji Subhash Chandra Bose once said, Swamiji harmonized the East and the West, religion and science, past and present, and that is why he is great. Our countrymen have gained unprecedented self respect, self reliance, and self assertion from his teaching.